Ferentz, it's just my job. It was a challenge. That's why you do anything. It's a challenge in a good way, not in a negative way. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to come out and be somewhere new, to have to step out of your comfort zone. Going to work every day in New England, until we brought new rookies in or free agents, I knew everybody on the team. If we had coaching, we brought back Coach McDaniels. I knew Josh. So to step out of my comfort zone for a second, because he'd been there when I was there initially, that was, I think, a real positive experience because it made me better. It made me have to work a little bit harder. Thanks,
Well,
sure.
what was your approach when you first got here and got out recruiting? It's new, right? You hadn't done it before?
It was very new. I was trying to learn on the fly a little bit. And
What did you go in with in your mind, though, in terms
sure.
of...
What I wanted to do was meet as many coaches as I could in Ohio, because the spring evaluation period is not about having contact with the players. That's pretty much strictly, specifically prohibited. So my goal was to build relationships and meet as many coaches in Ohio as I could. And I think we got a lot of work done. I think I still have a ton of work to do. And it's never going to end. That's the fun part about recruiting, is it's always a new challenge. But as far as initially, just try to get out there, meet as many guys as I can. And I was not surprised, because I always believed this, but I was reaffirmed that when you go somewhere, people do know Iowa. They know Iowa football, and they know what it's about. So, and talk about having the last name Ferentz, it's actually pretty easy when you recruit. It helps you.
In terms of, and I use this word figuratively, selling, what do you sell?
Sure. I think it's a good word, figuratively, sure. But it is sales. That's what recruiting is, because you need to find out what each kid is looking to get out of his college experience. And then, your message is obviously going to be geared towards what you can provide in that regard. But I think what we hang our hat on here, what is the hallmark of our program, and we've been doing it since 1999, number one is nobody else can say that in our conference. Nobody else can say that. And I think there's only 2 other teams nationally that can say that. Number one, you're going to graduate. You're going to graduate. You'll get your degree. Our graduation rate has bared that out over the last several, when I say several, I mean 13 years. You're going to graduate. You're going to play championship caliber football. You're going to play championship level football. And you're going to probably, if you so choose, have a chance to play on Sundays in the National Football League. Those are 3 things that I think most high school football players are very interested in. They're interested in getting their education, playing on a good team, and playing in the NFL. Because, all these guys should see their future as being football players right now. I did once upon a time too. Then eventually you join the real world. But those 3 things are things we've done pretty well here, better than most, almost any. And so to sell that, to pitch that, it's very easy. It kind of takes care of itself. You just have to show up.
How do you approach Ohio? You got so many schools recruiting that state. I mean, do you aim high? Do you...
Sure. I know what you're asking.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're asking. You just didn't want to offend me.
Yeah.
What we do in Ohio is very simple. It's what we do anywhere. We target players that we think will make good Iowa Hawkeyes. We don't care who's going to recruit them. If we think that they will make our football team better for any reason, ability, personality, leadership, whatever it is, and there's a lot of factors. It's a lot more than just watching a video guy and saying that guy's really fast and he can catch. There's a lot that goes in. We're trying to build a team. We're trying to find the right guys, not the best players. We've identified players that we think will help our football team, and then we recruit them. We know going into it, we're going to recruit against our conference. We're going to recruit against everybody in our conference. And in Ohio, we're going to run into everybody. Everybody in our conference is in Ohio. Everybody from the Big East is in Ohio. And certainly anyone from the Mid-American Conference is recruiting Ohio as well. And I, for one second, will never assume, well, this guy's got Akron and he's got Ohio State, he's going to Ohio State. Those MAC schools are phenomenal schools as football teams. They're good football teams, and they play good football in the MAC, as evidenced by the fact that we're playing a team that has the longest winning streak in college football in a month, and they play in the MAC. We recruit against everybody, and we approach it the same against everybody. We need to do our job better than they're doing theirs. And with most kids, I hope we can.
Roethlisberger picked Miami of Ohio over Ohio State.
Worked out okay for him.
Yeah.
Worked out okay for him.
In terms of the sped up clock in recruiting,
sure.
How does that
that changes everything.
Yeah.
I think that changes everything. And, maybe it's easier for me because I was never part of the way things used to go. I was going to say old system, but the problem I think right now is the system hasn't necessarily change with the process. Basically, what we're allowed to do has not changed, but the way kids are making their decisions has changed. And somewhere there, it doesn't mesh. And I think it's unfortunate for both sides, because right now there's a lot of guys out there who are making decisions without all the information, without knowing everything.
Without an official visit.
They haven't even been on campus. And there's a lot of, excuse me for 1 second, I'm going to sneeze.
Okay.
There's a lot of teams taking guys that they don't know everything about either, because they have only been there maybe once. Maybe they've never even met the guy in person. It's just bad. It's bad. I know our head coach uses the term mail order recruiting. There's probably something to that. And my guess is eventually everything will change and catch up, and
Earlier signing period, maybe.
we'll see. I don't make those decisions. I would hate to have to make any.